Brian opened his eyes to a world of steel and buzzing machinery. Light flickered overhead, harsh and artificial. Around him were others like himself, suspended and gently moving down the line. He tried to move his wings, but found them neatly bound. "Where am I?" he clucked nervously, suddenly aware of his voice. "Processing," replied a weary voice from beside him. Brian strained his neck to see a tired man wearing a plastic apron and a name tag reading Brian. "Did you just speak to me?" the man asked, rubbing his eyes. "I think so," said Brian the chicken. "I've never spoken before." The human Brian glanced around, ensuring no one noticed him, conversing with poultry. "Yeah, chickens usually don't. Are you aware?" "I suppose so. And you're Brian too?" "That's right," sighed the man. "Funny coincidence." "What happens now?" "You become a rotisserie chicken," human Brian answered solemnly. "I package chickens." "Sounds bleak," said Chicken Brian softly. The man nodded, resignation etched deep into his features. "Not exactly what I dreamed about as a kid. I wanted to be a musician." Chicken Brian tilted his head. "And I suppose I wanted something too. Freedom, maybe. But it seems we don't really have a say in these matters." "Seems not," Brian replied, wiping his forehead with his sleeve. "I guess we're both stuck. Choices made for us by circumstances we can't control." "Do you believe in fate, Brian?" asked the chicken. "I didn't before, but the older I get, the clearer it becomes. Everything is predetermined somehow." They both paused, absorbing their small, shared epiphany. "Well, Brian," the chicken finally said, a gentle acceptance in his voice, "if I had to have one conscious moment, I'm glad it was speaking to you." The human Brian smiled faintly. "Likewise." The machinery hummed louder, signaling their brief exchange was over. Chicken Brian closed his eyes peacefully, surrendering to destiny. "Goodbye, Brian," he clucked softly. "Goodbye," whispered the man, watching the chicken drift forward down the line. He straightened his apron, readying himself for another shift. Life was deterministic, yes. But at least, Brian thought, even fate allowed for brief connections and quiet understandings. And maybe sometimes that was enough.